Where do I even begin with this movie, The Rip? The Rip recently was released on Netflix, which would be yesterday, Friday. And I've seen the trailers, yes, just like you. I've seen the promotions. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast. I was like, maybe my gut feeling is wrong. But usually my gut feeling is never wrong because my gut feeling is connected to the universe, so is yours. You should always listen to the instinct of the universe. And I knew that there was something off about this movie. And what was it? This guy. Look, I'm just not a big fan of Ben Affleck. Never was, never will be. I don't think he's much of an actor. Can I just be honest? I don't think he's much of an actor. He's just a guy playing himself. A guy from Boston, from Massachusetts. Get in the car. He maybe made maybe 3 movies that's decent, including The Town, maybe The Accountant, right? But everything else just kind of sucks, man. Because every movie he's playing himself. And he's always playing the same guy. Know-it-all, And his, character is always the same. Always has an attitude. Even as a Batman, always has an attitude. Always using profanity. Even in this movie. So I knew right away that this movie is going to suck. It's produced by Ben Affleck and his friend Matt Damon. Now, Matt Damon, as a friend, as a buddy, he was like, all right, man, let's produce this small little movie. Go down to Hialeah, Miami, right? Let's just make this movie. Let's make it happen. We'll tell Netflix it's a small amount of money. Let's just give you something to have. So they made it. The movie, it's not just Ben Affleck, because, look, I'm, very subjective. So, yes, you could say, all right, you're being very subjective of Ben Affleck. I am, because I don't think he's much of an actor, And there's a pretty good reason why even Steven Spielberg doesn't want to work with him. I already told that story, why Steven Spielberg doesn't want to work with him. But you can go find out on your own why Steven Spielberg doesn't want to work with him. He did work with Matt Damon as a Private Ryan, right? It was way, way, way back. But why he never worked with Steven Spielberg? Even though Matt Damon knows Steven Spielberg, even Matt Damon knows Christopher Nolan. Recently, they just finished filming, The Odyssey. It's now being all put together, edited. There's a reason for that. There's a pretty good reason why a lot of film directors, don't want to hire Ben Affleck. And I think he's like that in real life. But anyway, I don't want to spend this entire video just talking about Ben Affleck. I just don't think he's a good actor. I just think he's just he just got lucky with Matt Damon. And that movie with Robin Williams that they did, I forgot the name of it. This is in the 90s. He just got lucky, And they got an Oscar. And after that, the Hollywood opened the door for them, and here he is. Now we're stuck with Ben Affleck, right? But let's talk about the movie. This movie, it is so lame. Even in the beginning, the way the movie starts, there'll be some spoilers here. The way the movie starts, even in the beginning, there's this girl Jackie. She's an undercover detective, and we really don't know much about her. This girl Jackie, who is she? We don't know much about this girl, Jackie. Who is Jackie, right? We don't know nothing about her. Other than just what is being told to us from a third-person perspective, which is from Matt Damon's character and Ben Affleck character. We don't really know much about her. All we know is that she sent a message to Matt Damon character. I think the name is Dean. Ben Affleck, it's I forgot what the character is of name of Ben Affleck. To this guy Dean, played by Matt Damon, that there's going to be the Rip. And the Rip, what is the Rip? See, that's another problem. We don't even know what the Rip is. The movie is not telling you what the Rip is. They all expect you to know the acronyms of the TNT. And what is even the TNT? Well, they do explain it, a little bit later in the movie. TNT, it's a tactical narcotic team, right? TNT. But the way this film director is filming this movie and the way it's written, they all expect you to know as if you're a police officer, as if you are a narcotic police officer, as if if you're a narcotic police officer working for DEA, then sure, you will know all these acronyms and what they stands for, what they mean, right? Or a burner. What is the burner phone? We don't know. I don't know what the burner phone is. Is that a jailbreak phone? What is the burner phone? Right? They're all using acronyms, and it's like not everybody knows these languages, man. You can't, like, unless you're making this movie specifically for narcotic officers, maybe they will enjoy it, because this is somewhat based on a true story. We don't know how true it is. I have to investigate. But the problem is we don't know much about Jackie other than the fact that she worked undercover and she find out the stash of this one place in Hialeah in Miami where they stash all this cash, the Colombians, right? The cartels. And then another problem with cartels is, like, why would cartels want to tell you, hey, we don't want nothing to do with that stash? Like, it's so hilarious, dude. Like, do you really think that cartels will cooperate with the police? That right there, I know this movie is just garbage. Cartels will never, ever cooperate with the police. Okay? They will never work with the police. They will never cooperate. Okay? I mean, Jesus. Anybody who knows anything about cartels, okay? They will rather die fighting than to cooperate with the police. Are you kidding me? Especially with the DEA. So there's so many problems with this movie, dude. Like, so first problem is this Jackie. We don't know nothing about Jackie, who she is, other than that she dated Ben Affleck, and we find out that she dated Ben Affleck through interrogation of this FBI agent, played by another martial artist actor. I forgot his name, Atkins something. Anyway, he's from UK, a great martial artist. But anyway, he plays his brother. He's an FBI agent, and now just this FBI agent happens to be his brother. Can you believe that? Just happens to be his brother. Wow, what a coincidence. And we don't know nothing about Jackie, so I'm not heavily emotionally invested into this character because I don't know who this character is. I don't know much about her, right? Nothing is being explained to me. So how can I care about her if you don't go back into a flashback and tell me more about her, who she was, and so we can be more attached to that? There's no character development here. None. Zero. This movie is so fast, so lame, so lazy. Like, they didn't even bother to put any character developments at all. Zero. So you can be, like, heavily emotionally invested into her, or how can you care about somebody you don't know? You're like, oh, well, it sucks. It sucks she died, but I don't know much about her, you know. And this is where she dies, right here. I'll show you right here. This is where she gets killed, and she sends the message through her phone to Matt Damon. He's a lieutenant in this DEA, drug enforcement agency down in Miami, and he gets that message. Matt Damon gets that message. And then he says that he's got a tip, but he doesn't say where he's got a tip about this RIP. And we don't even know what the RIP is. What does the RIP stands for? Then you find out what the RIP stands for, like, in an hour and 15 minutes. Like, through one hour and 15 minutes of you sitting through this movie, then you find out what the RIP stands for. RIP stands for basically for where a bad cops are ripping off the stash of the money from, cartels. Which, from what I have understood, it has happened before. It has happened in the past. Like the RIP, it's the real thing. There are bad cops out there who have ripped the stash to enrich themselves, right? And it certainly has happened in the 80s and in the 90s when the drug cartels were just like, making so much traffic here, especially in Miami. So, but not everybody knows what the RIP is, right? So that's another problem. Like, You like, everybody's talking in this movie as if we're all supposed to know what the hell's going on. Like we're all supposed to know what the RIP is. And another problem with this movie is Like the language, like even this interrogation with Ben Affleck, everything it's like, you know, with a bad language. Like they're all using bad language, man, in a movie, which is so lame. Like Ben Affleck with his fake teeth, uh, and his fake jewelry. Like, I mean, it's so phony. Like this movie, it's so bad and so phony that I really like. I can't really like. I wish I could play the clip of this movie just so you can hear the language. I can't even use the language that they're using in this movie because the entire. I'm going to count how many times he used profanity. Like everyone's using profanity in this movie for no reason, dude. For no reason at all. Look, if you get upset like I get upset for like a really good reason, right? If you're like really upset for like a really good reason and you want to use a profanity, right? Fine. Totally understandable if you like Christian Bale getting pissed off because he's filming a movie, Terminator. It was one of the Terminator movies. And then some guy starts walking around the set fixing the lights. Sure, he got pissed off because he's doing a scene and it's distracting. I can understand that, right? I can understand if you get pissed off about something and then you use foul language and profanity. But in this movie, for no reason, dude, they're using profanity. Like, what is this? Is this like some kind of Boston thing? Even in Boston, I don't think they talk like this. I don't think they use profanity this much, man. I mean, yeah, this is so much problem in this movie. And then there's Matt Damon and him, and he's taking off his shirt. He wants to show you how hot he is, to show his bro, I'm in great shape. And then he's fighting with his brother over here. And there's these other characters. The movie's so lame, dude. And there's these other characters, which are, oh my God. And then there's hold on. There's these other characters, like this guy who also works for DEA. He's like a SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics. DEA, part of the tactical narcotic team called TNT. So this is TNT, Tactical Narcotic Team, which does exist. They do have it. It's part of the DEA. It's like a SWAT for DEA, Tactical Narcotic Team. Like SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics, but this is only for narcotics, which is Tactical Narcotic Team. So this guy's in charge of it. I'm not going to tell you, because I don't want to spoil what's the deal with this guy. But even with this guy, he's also a famous actor. He was in a bunch of movies. Everyone in this movie, it's almost like they just wanted to get paid. Everything was generic. Every actor, the way they acted in this movie, everybody was generic. Nobody really gave it its best. Matt Damon did what he could, honestly, but you can see it on Matt Damon's eyes, and his face. It's like, man, I just want to pick up my paycheck and that's it, and let me get out of here. It was really lame. Like nobody really put any effort to develop a character. There's no character development where you care about any of these guys because they're so lame and annoying, and they're all so cliche. Everyone's so cliche. It's so bad, dude. And then they're driving all these fancy cars, which is where I got all that money. They're all driving these fancy cars. The whole thing is filmed in Hialeah, City of Progress. I've been there many times. The movie is just so lame, dude. And then they finally get to this house and they talk to this Colombian girl, right? And they get up to the attic, and that's where they find the money stash, and that's when the whole thing started. And even when they're interrogating this poor Colombian girl, man, the dialogue, it's so lame. It is so lame. I think she's probably the best actress, and I don't know if she's known. I never seen her before. Maybe in Colombia, maybe she was known as an actress, but she has done a far better job than any of these guys. Better than Matt Damon, better than Ben Affleck, better than any of these actors. She should probably get an Oscar for the best performance in this movie. Everybody else just lame So lame, dude. And and then they finally find the stash, and there's the here's another problem. There's like uh, somebody calls them on the phone and tells them you got 30 minutes to get out of the house in a very like discreet, growling, almost like a front man, squid voice, or like you know the saw, the jigsaw voice, right? You got 30 minutes to leave, blah 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 blah, and and they get attacked, right? And we don't even know who's attacking them, right? We don't even know like who's attacking them, like nothing gets explained, like because it's so dark in the movie that we don't even know who's attacking them. The movie is just so lame, man. It's just, and there's a shootout here. There's a shootout in the movie, and we don't even know who's attacking who, man. Like the movie, it's so dark and lame. You can't even tell who's shooting who, man. It's just, it's the scenes are so lame. Here, maybe I can show you. I'm trying to get to the scene here. Like, it's just flashes, but you really can't see who's shooting who. And who are these guys that they were attacking them? We don't even know who these guys are. It's because it's never been explained who the guys are that were attacking them. And apparently, they're not cartels. Like, there's a cartel guy over here that came out and he says, oh, it's not us. But we don't know who these guys are. We don't know who attacked them. Nothing gets explained. And then there's this cartel guy that they're talking to, and this cartel guy says, hey, man, it's not us. Like, there's cartel guy right here. I'll show you. There's this guy. Wait a minute. Like, they're talking to a cartel. Like, how lame is this, bro? Like, they found a cartel guy in there, and the cartel guy says, hey, listen, guys, we have nothing to do with this. Like, in the midst of the shootout, in the midst of the shootout, like, they're telling them, hey, guys, we have nothing to do with this. We didn't attack you. Like, yeah, well, we're supposed to believe you that the cartel didn't attack us? Really? Even though there's a bunch of money stashed in the house? Like, wow. Am I supposed to believe that? The movie makes no sense, bro. This movie has zero common sense. It is so lame, dude. It's almost they were making this movie, like, I don't know, while drunk or high on some shit. I don't know. Like, you're going to talk to Cartel, and he's going to tell you. The guy from Colombia, Cartel, the leader of one of the cartels, is going to tell them, hey, we had nothing to do with this. We did do nothing with this. We did not steal your stuff. Blah, blah, blah. We had nothing to do with that cash. You can take it if you want. We did not attack you. It is so lame, dude. Yo, this movie, it's so bad. And it's also, the movie's very dark. You can't see like what's going on most of the time. Listen, man, this movie is the lamest movie. And then, look, man, I don't want to spoil too much of this movie, but this movie, it's so bad. This movie is just, it is so lame and so bad that The Rip, Rest in Peace. Yeah, they should call this movie Rest in Peace. It's just such a lame ass movie, man. It's such a bad movie that honestly, I can't recommend this to anybody. This is one of the movies, one of the worst movies of 2026. It's just so bad that I just can't recommend this to anyone. Just do not watch this. I'm saving you. I don't know how much you have to pay for Netflix. $25, $28. Do not pay. I'm saving you about $28. I don't know which service you go for. I don't. If you have even if you have Netflix included with your Xfinity, I still would not recommend watching this. I wasted 1 hour and 52 minutes of my life last night, dude. I wasted 2 hours of my life. I had to go to bed very late, like 2 o'clock in the morning, because of this movie. Because this movie is so lame, dude. I give this movie If I could give it a 0 stars, I would give it a 0 stars. But I give it one out of 5 stars. This movie's so lame. It's bad. This movie is as bad as Code Violet, dude. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Everything sucks nowadays. It's not just the video games. It's the movies as well, dude. It's just because everybody wants to make a quick money cash grab. No one be passionate about what you're making, man. Like, look at the Korean films. These guys in Korea, man, they're not Hollywood, but they make better movies than Hollywood, man. Look at Squid Game, how popular global phenomenon the Squid Game is, and how well that's filmed. You can feel the emotions in the characters. You're heavily invested in the characters in the Squid Game. Here, I'm not heavily invested with nobody. I didn't care about any of these characters. They're so annoying and lame. This movie is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Dude, if you want to watch it, go watch it. But when you finish watching this movie, you'll come to the same conclusion. This is one of the worst movies ever made. And probably one of the worst Matt Damon movies I have ever seen. Now, Ben Affleck, he just sucks. Even his previous movie, The Accountant, too, lame. Because to me, he's not an actor. He just play himself. And the way he acts, every word, it's profanity. Dude, why you have to use the profanity every single time? I get it if you have to use profanity when you are upset and angry about something, but you're going to use profanity. There's two actors who are not actors. Ben Affleck and Vin Diesel, they're not actors. They're just playing themselves. Dude, they got lucky somehow. They won that lottery ticket with Fast and the Furious and Pitch Black and Saving Private Ryan. Ben Affleck got lucky with Matt Damon. He took him under his wing. Good Will Hunting, right, with Robin Williams. May he rest in peace. But yeah, Matt Damon is a better actor. He has done better movies, of course. But even Matt Damon in this movie, you'll see he's like, what am I doing here? Like, when is this going to be over? Let me just get paid. Let me just pick up the paycheck. Honestly, I think Matt Damon was doing Ben Affleck a favor. Like, all right, dude, because you're my friend, that's the only reason I'm doing this movie. Otherwise, I just finished The Odyssey. I'm tired. But you can see that like everyone like just wanted to get paid in this movie. No one really gave it 100%. This movie, it's so lame, and I can't believe it was created by the director who did movies like The Grey, The A-Team, with Liam Neeson and The Grey, and of course the what's the other movie that he did? Narc with when you watch Narc with Ray Liotta, you can almost believe it's the same film director. But that's because Narc was done long time ago, I don't know, like 24 years ago. Was it 2023? I'm sorry, not 2023, 2003. Narc was done in 2003. It was produced by Tom Cruise and Paula Wagner and Tom Cruise. And of course, Paula Wagner, Tom Cruise, they're behind, Mission Impossible and many other movies and The Last Samurai. So, of course, Paula Wagner and Tom Cruise, they wanted to make sure that the script and everything was good and done well. And of course, Ray Liotta is a great actor. So, and then Narc in 2003. I know I said 2023, my apologies. I said 2003. I know I said 2023, but it was 2003 when the movie came out. My apologies. If you haven't seen Narc, if you want a really good narcotic undercover movie, watch Narc from Ray Liotta. Narc 2003, Ray Liotta. That's the real, realistic portrayal of undercover narcotic officer. This is so lame. This is so bad. I give it one out of 5 stars. This is just one of the worst movies I have ever seen. So yeah, this movie, it's so bad, man. It is so lame. Everything about this movie is just lame and bad, and especially Ben Affleck, man. He's so lame. Ben Affleck, it's just so lame in this movie, man. He's so lame. I mean, really. He's so lame. I can't stand him as an actor. I was telling my friend Shuki and KJNBA yesterday, I said, I can't stand this guy. And there's a reason why I could never stand him. He's just so pompous. He's just so pompous in every movie. Like, look at me. I'm this guy from Boston. Pompous me, check me out. Like, it's all eyes on me. Like, so pompous, man. Like, there's no emotions. There's nothing there. This movie has no soul. It has nothing. Like, no character development, no soul. This is such a lame movie. And I can't believe I just spent 25 minutes talking about this lame movie. But I had to kind of bring out some points here to save you the 2 hours of your time, also to save you money so you don't have to pay $25 or whatever, $28 for Netflix. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Better yet, why don't you buy Narc? See if you can buy the movie Narc for less money. Maybe you can buy it for like $10. If you can find Narc for like $10 or maybe, I don't know, $6 because the movie's very old, buy Narc. Maybe you can find it for $6 somewhere on a DVD. Buy it. Narc is the best undercover narcotic movie, and it's hard to believe it's filmed by the same director. But you have to remember, maybe this film director didn't really have much choice because there's only so much I can do with the script. The script is just so bad. But hey, I'm getting paid by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Fine, Netflix, make some extra cash. Why not? Yeah, so this is a ripoff. I'm going to call this the biggest ripoff of the movie. It's just like total ripoff. Don't bother with this movie. You can thank me later. Go watch Frankenstein. Yeah, why don't you go watch Frankenstein? It's a better movie than this, man. This is so bad. Yeah, one of the worst movies on the Netflix. I would say this is one of the worst movies on the Netflix. And I don't think I'll be the first one to actually say this. You'll see other people tear this movie apart. This is one of the worst movies on the Netflix I've ever seen. This is the first one. So far, Netflix has been making a lot of great movies and TV shows. This has to be one of their worst. Netflix, this is one of your worst movies ever. Like, period. Like, what a good way to start 2026 with this garbage. This movie is just garbage. All right, so yeah, pass on this movie. Do not watch this movie. Trust me when I tell you. Go watch Narc, 2003 movie Narc, produced by Tom Cruise and Paula Wagner. Ray Liotta, may Ray Liotta rest in peace. That's the best movie ever. I know it's an old movie, 2003, but it's the most realistic portrayal of like undercover narcotic officers. This is just garbage, man. Anyway, so that's the end of the movie for me. I'm just kidding. I hope I didn't spoil too much. Listen, I'm purposely kind of spoiling this movie because, well, I didn't tell you what happens at the end, but the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but the ending, it's so lame. The ending, it's so lame that I almost vomited. I was trying not to vomit into my cereal. I was eating my cereal, my cornflakes. I was trying not to vomit into my Kellogg's cornflakes. Really, I was trying to contain myself not to vomit, not to vomit my protein shake. It was so like lame and cringy and horrible. Just God. God, remove this movie from Netflix. It is so lame. It is so bad. And Joe Rogan, really, how lame is he? He's such a sellout. Like anybody who wants to promote their movie, so, hey, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. Just think about Joe Rogan. He's going to suck up. I know Sam Harris is right. Sam Harris is right about Joe Rogan. He's all about himself, dude. Joe Rogan only cares about himself. Like whoever... He's always nice to his guests because, they're big celebrities. I want big celebrities. Yeah, so yeah, because he's now part of the club, He wants big celebrities. He wants celebrities to come to his show to promote the movie. And I'm sure Matt Damon and Ben Affleck asked him, hey, can we come in to promote our Netflix movie? And Joe Rogan was like, sure, absolutely, come on in. Promote your lazy-ass, lame-ass movie. Yeah, please. Promote this movie, this garbage movie. And of course, Joe Rogan is promoting it. Oh, this movie is so great, right? And you would think if you watch Joe Rogan podcast, you're gonna pay that $30 or whatever, $28 for Netflix, and then you're gonna say, I can't believe I can't. I look, Netflix is worth it. Even $28, even if you pay $30, still worth it because there's other programs and TV shows you can watch. But if you only paying like Netflix to watch this garbage because you saw Joe Rogan podcast and you were watching Joe Rogan podcast because of that, I'm telling you right now, you will be greatly, greatly disappointed. All right? Joe Rogan's a salesman. That's what Sam Harris says. He's a salesman. Yeah, he just wants to sell you. And of course, he takes no responsibility, even though he has millions of subscribers. And that's what Sam Harris says about Joe Rogan. Dude, you're like, I like Sam Harris. I like Sam Harris a lot because Sam Harris uses common sense. Sam Harris is just like me. He calls it the way he sees it. Dude, you have a responsibility, man. You got millions and millions of viewers, man. You should be transparent and honest with your audience, Don't just suck up to Ben Affleck. Don't just suck up to Matt Damon. Don't just suck up to your guests and be nice to your guests. You should ask them hard-hitting questions. You should ask them hard questions. But anyway, he's a sellout. Joe Rogan's a sellout. They're all sellouts, man. I watch Sam Harris, man. He's the best. Anyway, Sam Harris podcast. I watch Sam Harris podcast. I like Sam Harris. Anyway, so that's it. That's the movie. I'm sorry. It's 31 minutes that I have to, talk about this lame movie, this lame ass movie. It's really a lame ass movie. It's just bad. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please do not watch this movie. This is terrible. Do not watch it. Okay. You will thank me later. Okay. All right. But if you want to watch it, go watch it, but I'm sure you will not like it. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you some information regarding this movie so you don't waste your time or money. All right. So there you have it. This is one of the worst Netflix movies of 2026. Yep. What a good way to start the year, Netflix. Terrible movie. Terrible. Horrible. All right. I would not watch this again, even if they gave it to me for free. I was like, no. I can't sustain myself to watch this. My brain will just lose brain cells watching this movie. It's so lame. All right, thank you for watching. Watch Frankenstein and Squid Game. That's better than this garbage.